For years, doctors have dreamed of a digital workflow that's seamless, easy to use, and flows directly from scan to mill with any system. And if that's you, you're very lucky you're here with us today, because we're unboxing the Ceramill Motion 3 Air on Henry Schein Unboxed. So I'm here today with Mo Whitlock from Amann Girrbach. Mo, exciting day. What do you got for us?
So we have our Motion 3 Air, brand new mill.
All right, great. Let's get this box off and see what we got under here. I'm sure we're not unboxing it like this one. Oh my God.
It's pretty.
That is the most beautiful mill I've ever seen in my entire life.
5-axis mill.
So if I'm a doctor and I want simplicity in the beginning and then graduate from advanced mill workflow, this is the mill that can do that.
Yes, one machine. So it can do your simple workflow all the way up to complex restorations without having to purchase another piece of equipment. It's ready. We can do single unit blocks. Actually, I can show you right here a 9-block holder. So I can mill 9 different blocks at the same time, different materials, or you can mill in the puck. We just basically want to give our customers options. I
have to tell you, and maybe I'm just getting weaker, but this is the heftiest block chuck I've ever felt in my entire life. It's amazing that you can get an industrial strength milling machine for the chairside doctor.
Exactly. And the reason why that's so heavy is we might mill 9 blocks in one workflow. We need something sturdy. We need that quality. We don't need vibration.
Okay, Mo, take us through the machine. What do we got?
All right, so we have this touch screen. We made it really easy for them to be able to do all the functions of the machine standing in front of it. I'm gonna let you do it. You haven't seen the machine yet.
Okay.
But, so if we're gonna hit the 3 dashes right there.
Okay. What am I hitting?
Service.
Service.
And change blank holder. So immediately it moves into the position to be able to deposit the tool. It's gonna open the door for us.
Wow.
And I'm literally can change.
So the door's automatic?
Yeah, so the door is pressurized, it seals it, and it opens up for us. And now it's in position to simply remove this. I can take this out.
That's amazing. All right, cool. So what else?
So if we have jobs lined up, we have our entire workflow in front of us. You know, every single case, it'll have the patient's name, it'll have the data, the information, the tools right here on the screen. So we just made it easy for our customers. If I run the clean machine, it'll run a program, whether it's wet or dry. So let's say I milled some zirconia and I want to do a dry clean. It'll blast air through the spindle.
Right, because if I mill zirconia, there's a lot of dry particulate in the machine, right? And you have to like flip it over in order to make sure that it's cleaned out correctly because of that particulate. So what you're saying is this will clean it out itself?
This will blow dry everything with the vacuum and makes it very easy to maintain.
Wow.
There might be a little bit of extra vacuum, but we've also compensated for that. This little vacuum hose right here. So we'll open up the door.
Oh, and you can stick it in there?
And I plug this in here. Any residue left over, I can vacuum and clean.
That's crazy. And I can get like the deep to hard to reach spots.
We have the schedule and we have reminders of when to do it. So it tells you the last time it was cleaned. And when we go through these steps, we have pictures step by step.
Cool.
Of every single thing we need to do.
It's like a slideshow.
And the mill is very smart, right? Because right now it told me to remove the holder so I can clean these areas where zirconia could get to. If I close this right now, it knows I didn't do that. So it says take the holder off. So it opened up saying, I know you didn't take the holder off.
So is it's watching?
Well, it just knows by sensors that the holder's still connected. So it's like, oh, maybe you must have forgot, Mo.
Now we're guaranteeing that those steps have to be taken in order to be able to move on to the next step, which is talking about long-term customer care, which seems to be front of mind for you guys.
So we have the screens to walk them through how to maintain this piece of equipment so it's there for years and years.
So what other materials do we have here?
We have zirconia, and it shows the advance that we've made in materials in zirconia. So I bring that to folks and I show them and immediately they go, oh, it's lithium disilicate. I'm like, no. That's twice as strong, that's zirconia, multi-layered with glaze.
I see we have some temp material here. Mm-hmm. And that's like long-term temps, right?
Yes, long-term, milled wet, makes it much easier, really smooth. It actually looks polished. And that's the difference of being able to mill wet with a 5-axis. So you're getting your detail, you're getting your quality.
Look at the accuracy on the underneath. What else we got?
Dentures, 2-piece, you mill the teeth out, we mill the base separate, bond those in.
These are incredibly strong. And let's say I'm a patient and I broke my denture. How fast could I tell the patient now to come back in to get a replacement?
So I take this puck, I put it in here, mill it. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. We mill those teeth out.
So same day patient, they could come in that day and be able to get a replacement, and the cost to the doctor would be minimal.
Very minimal, because it's just remilling that. All the work, all the design.
All the work, all the
done.
design time, all that stuff is done.
And even on here, to pull this back into here, I can go onto my jobs, but it also keeps a history of the jobs that I've milled.
So I can actually go back to the date and time and look at the case.
It brings up the puck. It brings up the job.
So they
that was
can actually say, oh yeah, that's it. We also got split material. You can make splints.
Yep.
We make night guards?
Absolutely. This mill is so versatile. You can do your single units. You can do your same day.
Okay, so how many minutes does it take to mill?
About 15.
15 minutes mill, which is incredibly fast for what you're getting. Okay. If I have a lab tech in my office and I want to start expanding my portfolio towards more laboratory focused work, I can also use the same machine. I don't have to buy, because that's what happens. Ready. It's there,
Absolutely.
Day one.
It's theirs. When they buy it, it's theirs from the
All right, call Mo. If the problem, you can call him directly. All right, let's talk about the front end.
Okay.
Because this is where a lot of doctors get scared.
Yes.
If let's say I have 3-shaped cloud. In the past, I've had to download 3 separate files, correlate them in the software, get them lined up, and then I would get something that didn't really work 50% of the time.
Dropbox sometimes.
Yep,
email,
Dropbox, Google Drives, all that stuff.
Yeah.
How fast and easy it is for me to go from any system into your machine?
We're a full system, but we're also modular. So we can meet that customer where they're at.
Seamlessly.
Seamless, because we've actually gone to these companies and made the connection. As trainers, we go and we connect it to their whatever computer they're using.
Okay.
We connect it one time. As soon as they take the scan, they're ready to export. They just export to themselves. So we create their own lab.
So what you're saying to me is, click, open it up, and I don't have to do anything. It just connects and goes.
Once we connect it, you're good to go. I'm gonna show you. I can't wait. Yes.
All right, so we're gonna come back and he's gonna show me, and we're gonna get from point A to point B. We're gonna mill something today, right?
Absolutely. So this is our configuration screen. How do you want your workflow? So easy is a little more automation, highly automated with it using AI. Detailed gives you a little more control if you want to use some of the advanced tools. Then we also have customization, and I can dial in even every step of the workflow how we want it.
Okay, so how does it get set up with my scanners?
So right here we have our configuration guide. For example, trios. Where is it located? Is the scanner and the mill and the system all in the same? We select internal. Our team would actually configure this for the customer.
Wow.
So it's a 4-step process where it's automated, and there's instructions and then QR if they're using a phone. And then from that point, go into the actual software.
And when you click load, so you have import from, and that's directly from Trios.
Mm-hmm. And then you have your Trios file, where all your 3-shape files will go. And then we just double click, and then it imports in. So you have all the data that's typed in on Trios automatically, one click of the button, into the case. Let's go into design. So that 30X file, it brings in all the data we need.
So it's already articulated.
It's already articulated. All the scans are here. They're ready to go. I go into my regular workflow. And this is set up under the easy mode, so I'm just going to identify my margin.
Oh, so cool. So you have that tool is telling you where the height of contour is, so you know that you're right.
Mm-hmm. So on detect, I have that automation, so I will left click and it will automatically detect that margin in one click.
It detected it in one click.
And now it's identifying the adjacent teeth, the antagonist, and it is giving me my first indication. This is what the computer thinks it should be. Now, I have the ability, if I want to make some minor adjustments, I can just pull that and pull that.
Right, you want to pull so that there's no holes on the surfaces.
Yeah. Also, really cool feature I love is if it's a heavy grinder, right? You see where it says flat right here?
Oh,
I can drag this and it flattens by at the same time using the AI and flattens that out for me. So really in seconds, I go next and it's already making my adjustments for me. And now at this point, let's send this to the mill, proceed to production. So here, I'm gonna add the puck. So we have our library over here.
So that shows you what has been milled on some of these pucks.
But here's where we're talking our efficiency, right? So if I go over here, it tells me the height. See where it says 8.46?
Yeah.
That tells me the height of that restoration. So I want to fit it in one of my smaller ones. It's going to be faster, less tool wear.
Oh, so the thickness is the number there for each individual puck. So you're going to use a 12 because you only need 8,
and it's gonna give me a little wiggle room if I want to adjust the translucency. So if I go over here, so I wouldn't put it in like a 10.
And it shows you because it's zirconia. You can
exactly, and I can tilt.
You can see the layering, and you can play with the clarity of the occlusal edge.
5 axis, I can tilt this around and balance until I get my occlusion the way I want.
This is crazy.
So now right here, we have all our tools, we have our settings.
And it just auto goes to the next.
Yep, goes to the next one. It knows the mill, see the Motion 3, it knows the material. There's literally, I just clicked, so I'm just gonna start calculation. It's gonna run the entire job and look for any errors, and now we're ready to go. It's turned blue.
So once it's blue, we're good.
Yep. So now here, if I drop this down, you see that it's dry. You see the Henry Schein name. All of that comes over from the cam since it's all built in with us. This is gonna take 13 minutes. Really,
that's it?
Yeah, really about 10 minutes of milling because it does a cleaning for the customer to get all the zirconia out. We're gonna use this tool here, which is really nice, which is our HMI. We have the screen in front of us as if we're standing in front of the mill.
So I don't even have to walk over and press the button. I can just...
I can do it all from here, or I control it from the screen. So at this point, it opens the door to allow us to put the material in. So we have it in easy mode. So it even starts the job for you. While that's milling, I'm gonna turn on the camera over here because we can look and see live from inside as it's milling the job. You wanna wave for me?
Hi! I just wanna say, for something this big, listen, you can't hear it. It's barely anything.
So last step, I simply just go in and I cut one side, the next side, and now I'm gonna trim this up, make sure it's smooth. We go to the other side, we do the same thing. And
wow, 1, 2, 3,
ready to go into the furnace. Nice and smooth, this unit's ready to go. Here's your crown.
Wow, if we do a 20-minute fast mill, we can get this into the patient's mouth, get them seated, get them out in under an hour. Really, really cool stuff, especially for zirconia. That's
absolutely
insane. So this is the first time in the history of integrations where you can actually take any scanner, directly go into a milling machine, into the software, one click, get all of the information that you need, no separate files, more competitively priced than most systems on the marketplace, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I would love to have this anywhere in my dental practice, and it's super quiet.
Yes.
Which I didn't even realize that it was.
Yep.
So, Mo, thank you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You've been excellent. We love having good people on that understand the products, and you should be running the place someday. That's how good you are. If you're looking for more information about this Motion 3 mill from Amann Girrbach, you can click the link below in the description to get in touch with the Henry Schein rep. And we are excited to talk to you, Mo. Thank you again for coming. And we'll see you next time on the next Henry Schein Unboxed.